Scott Morrison yesterday speaking to Andrew Clennell. Andrew, I've got more on that coming up with Anne Ruston, a senior Liberal minister, also Claire O'Neill of the Labor Party for their reaction. I spoke to Claire O'Neill too about the Aged Care Royal Commission and just how many dollars it's going to take to get this sector back where it needs to be. It's going to be, as the Prime Minister said yesterday, a generational challenge.
Well, real difficult political issue here, Kieran. Government under pressure to put an aged care levy or a 1% tax increase on from the Aged Care Royal Commissioners. Not hearing a lot of celebrating of that within government ranks this morning after years of saying they are the party of lower taxes. We know the Royal Commissioners split on a few things yesterday. Here are what the Royal Commissioners found on the levy. Here's Tony Pagoni. He says, in my view, provided the Australian Government and the Parliament adopts the proposal for a new aged care levy, this principle should in due course be extended so that people who have paid that levy and who eventually need residential care should not have to pay more than the current level of contribution towards their ordinary costs of living in an aged care facility, pegged at 85% of the single basic age pension, and that all residents should receive the same public contribution towards their costs of accommodation in residential care. So he wants the levy on. He wants no more in terms of user pays. Lynette Breggs had a slightly different attitude, but overall, in terms of user pays, and more of that, I think, but she supported a levy too. She said, I do not support proposals to introduce a hypothecated levy on incomes to fund Australian government aged care expenditure. I consider there is a role, however, for a non-hypothecated aged care improvement levy, so not devoted, similar to the Medicare levy on income taxpayers pay. She said by 1st of July 2022, the Australian Government should introduce legislation to Parliament to establish an aged care improvement levy of a flat rate of 1% of taxable personal income. The levy imposed should be levied and paid for the financial year commencing on 1st of July 2023 and for all subsequent financial years until the Parliament otherwise provides. The legislation to introduce the tax would come after the next election, as would the tax.